Hello again, guys, and welcome to one of my last videos before Christmas. This is like my final video. Yes, I got the Elf light up sweater from Walmart that makes me feel really fat, even because I got this over it. And this is a staple of my holiday attire. So I wanted to go over. I wanted to do something different than like my top 10 favorite Christmas movies. I wanted to bring something negative to the table. I wanted to do my top, I guess, 5 least favorite Christmas movies. And so these are just a couple of movies that, I mean, they're not necessarily bad. I just don't really like them. So I just wanted to make my own list, and you can like these movies. It's whatever. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just I've seen them on a lot of lists, and I'm like, well, I don't really get the hype behind some of these movies. So, all right. So starting off with my number one, or well, my number 5. However, we're gonna do it. They're not in any particular order except for the last one that I'm gonna bring up, and I'm gonna mention that when I get to it. But my first one I'm going to bring up is the Santa Claus. And so I grew up not watching this movie. In fact, I grew up not watching any of these movies. But I never really liked, the whole just concept, I guess, of it. But it is a cool concept, now that I, as an adult, or young adult, look back. And, I have seen the movie this year. And I think about it, it's a cool concept, a random guy taking on the role of Santa Claus, and having to adjust his life to it. But I'm just not a fan of the execution, I guess, is what it comes down to now. Now that I've rewatched it. I'm not a fan of the North Pole, just really, and that's what especially the sequels seem to center around. I think the whole Santa Claus concept is cool and the whole title is cool, but I'm just not a fan of the North Pole, and especially the elves, that they're all played by children. I know other movies have done this. I get very picky about my elves, so, and I don't like the Christmas Chronicle elves either, but the rest of the movie's chill. So, but yeah, I don't like the elves being played by kids. I don't like kids. I hate kids. They suck. Glad I never was one. So there's just so many kids in the film. I mean, the main kid, I'm not a fan of him.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
But anyway, so my second pick, I actually almost didn't even put on the list, because I wanted to do a rewatch of it this year, but I just could not find the time. And I'm really starting to lean the other way on it. I'm starting to like it. I really actually want to add it to my shelf here, which I'm covering up for this video. I want to try things different, because when I'm editing, my video's reversed, and so I kind of like when I'm over here. So I want to see how it looks. But anyway, it's The Grinch, with Jim Carrey from 2000. I never liked it as a kid. I kind of thought the Baby Grinch was weird and creepy, and it always felt the sense of humor was weird and like adult, for a family film, and I just didn't really like it. But seeing all of these videos on the internet of like the Grinch attraction at Universal, I really am wanting to rewatch it, because it seems like it's hilarious. So yeah, I really really did want to rewatch it. Maybe I'll rewatch it after this video. Maybe I'll find some time in the next day or two. But yeah, so I again got my note cards here, which are gonna be a little trademark of my videos. But yeah, so another thing I wanted to bring up with the Grinch is the sets. From what I can remember, they were amazing, and truly incredible. That's the thing that I remember the most about the movie. So that's also part of what makes me want to go back and rewatch it. So But I put it on here because I never really understood the hype as a kid. And so maybe it won't even be on my list. Maybe I'll have time to have a rewatch of it this year, and I'll put in the description or something and say I was wrong about the Grinch. So we'll see. But anyway, my next pick is gonna be a controversial one. This is a very controversial list, but again, it's my opinion. So, It's a Wonderful Life. I know a lot of people hold this film dear to their hearts, and it's a very emotional movie to some. But for me, I just couldn't get it. Like, excuse me. And I like older movies, and you can call me a Gen Zer with a short attention span, but the movie was boring as hell. That's it. I mean, I love 12 Angry Men. That was a great movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This took too long to get to the point. If I remember correctly, I've only seen it once though. It didn't even get to the angel part until like 45 minutes into the movie or something. So I could be completely wrong here. But I just wasn't a fan. Was not a fan. And for being like the most classic of all classic Christmas movies, it really let me down. So I went with high hopes for it. Considering how many times it's been adapted and whatnot, in media. Not quite as much as A Christmas Carol though. It's still disappointing. And yeah, I just couldn't get really the emotional beats didn't hit for me. So I don't know if it was just because I was kind of soured by the point, by the time we got to them, but I don't know. It just didn't work on me. The spell didn't work. So now this isn't really a single movie. It's a whole kind of subgenre. That's the Hallmark Christmas movies. No need for me to say more. Except for this one. I'll let one slide. This is Bias. So yeah. Do I have it up here? No, I have the ticket from it, but yeah, I actually have the screen use ticket. But yeah, that's Bias. So yeah, I literally met the two actors in it. But anyway, now this is where everyone's gonna unsubscribe, click off the video, dislike it, and this video is gonna go down as the most disliked video in history on YouTube. So, technically, this isn't even part of the list, and you'll see why in a minute. And I don't even hate it. It's not even it's not even a technical least favorite, but if y'all keep it up, it will be. But it's Die Hard. Yeah, I know, Die Hard, yeah. Everyone's favorite Christmas movie. Well, it's not a Christmas movie, so shut the fuck up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get vulgar. I'm gonna get very vulgar here, because if you watch Die Hard, you can handle this kind of language.
No fucking shit, lady! Do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
Nobody says American Psycho and Ghostbusters 2 are my favorite Christmas movies, even though they take place at Christmas, and the Ghostbusters are wearing Santa hats, while they're catching ghosts, but, so, I don't know. But Die Hard takes place at Christmas, and everybody, goes nuts for that. I mean, yeah, it's an action movie and not, a horror movie or, family comedy, but anyway, so why is it not a Christmas movie? I guess is what you're wondering. Why do you think it's not a Christmas movie? Well, it's probably the same argument as you're all gonna hear once we get later on. But my take on it is you gotta strip it down to the basics. What is it about in one sentence? And don't shoehorn Christmas in there because I know you will. In Die Hard is a group of terrorists overtake a high-rise. That's it. That's literally it. You don't even need to include John McClane in there. That's literally all you need. And, you know, you fuck your Christmas party. And have you ever heard of a New Year's party? Do y'all do that still? Do y'all gather around and, like, watch the ball drop? What if they did that at the company? You know? What if it's a boss retirement party? Yeah, I mean, sure, it wouldn't be as convincing for him to go, but, like, he can still go to be with his family. You know, because that's what I get that argument a lot, too. You know, he went to go be with his family. Yeah, he can still go to the party. What's stopping him? The boss? Oh, it has Christmas music and Christmas decorations, and it says... Well, you know what else had Christmas music in it? Stranger Things, Season 1. But I don't see anyone saying, oh yeah, that's my favorite Christmas show. And you know what else had Christmas decorations in it? This Haunted Halloween. Just because it has Christmas decorations in it doesn't make it a Christmas movie. Oh, but he said he writes, ho ho ho, I have a machine gun now. Okay, guys. Sure, whatever. He referenced Christmas. Yeah, and the Ghostbusters still wore Santa hats. But it's not changing anything. I mean, Ghostbusters 2 is still a New Year's movie. Like, if you even consider it that, because some people don't. So... And so one of my, like, 2, I guess, requirements is, does it meet the warm, family, magical vibe requirement? And it should meet all 3 of those. And fuck no, it doesn't. Where was the magic? And where's the warm? It doesn't, I'm sorry. I mean... It's an action movie. People getting shot and, there's explosions, and I don't mean that kind of warm. I don't mean the warm blood trickling out of the body. So, and so, again, this is where Home Alone comes up. People often argue, well, Home Alone's then barely a Christmas movie, before I even get to the second point. But Home Alone does have all those vibes. You can even argue that it doesn't have the magical vibes. Well, Kevin thought that, his family got witched away by magic, and he went up to Santa, and he asked for his family back, and he thought it was magic again, bringing them back. So, yeah, magical. To a kid, that's magical. And being left home alone is magical to a kid. So, but... if you guys want to say, I love watching Die Hard around Christmas, it's one of my favorite movies to watch around this time of year, go ahead. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying don't include it as your number 1 Christmas movie, because by genre, it's not a Christmas movie. It's an action movie. So, that's all I want. Die Hard's a perfectly fine movie, but if y'all keep this up, it's gonna not be for me. Y'all are gonna ruin it. Literally, all I'm saying is change it to say my top 10 favorite movies to watch at Christmas time. That's it. That's the whole video. That's my whole message. So, anyway, guys, whether you watch Die Hard on Christmas Eve or not, I just want to say thank you guys all for watching. Merry Christmas, and look for my Christmas movie mashup video where I take a song, probably by Darlene Love, and I put a bunch of Christmas movies over it. Maybe I'll even include Die Hard because I'm a terrible person. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a very Merry Christmas. Hope you guys all get what you wish for, including the Titanic on 4K. So anyway, yeah. Have a very happy holidays and Merry Christmas.